Hello and welcome to Dharma with Kai. I'm so glad that you're listening to this episode today. I want to give a quick disclaimer that Dharma does not identify anyone's personal identity, nor does it ever expose any client information or people that I come in contact with. However, with Dharma, I am digging a little deeper into understanding Dharma in the first place. And I'm going to share personal stories about myself. However, it will never disclose a person's name or their family. Also, this is not a paid sponsorship, and that is not the purpose of Dharma. I'm also at capacity and not coaching or consulting any additional teams, corporations, organizations, or individuals. This episode is going to back into once again understanding the disruption and unrest that many experience in narcissistic relationships or criminology. And I've always had to be able to create fun experiences from coming from a neglectful family and neglectful environments that focus on themselves. Now, that is why I don't like to ever get self care and selfishness confused. Many that are in experiences with narcissistic individuals, they're unable to create an experience for themselves without others so that they don't really truly understand what it's like to know what it's like to listen or what it's like to actually respond appropriately. On Dharma, I have to let you know that it is not to accommodate others who are not in tune with their own decisions of the past or the present. If the intentions of any person are not pure or genuine to who they are, then you should never have opened a door for them to come into your life anyhow. However, that's okay because we've all struggled with this. However, it is not efficient in growing into a person who is wealthy in spirit. And that is without materials, the clout, and the following that many often just prefer to have to ease themselves of not having to deal with whatever is uncomfortable for them, creating codependency and a numb reaction that is not proactive in creating a safe space for anyone. I'm going to give you a few pointers and tips today. However, it is not for me to work on with you. You have to do your own work on your own time. Number one is never create an agency around those who are only in your life to shift blame or to not handle the mission of their purpose of life. Number two, if there's someone giving you less than you deserve, you don't have to argue about it. Just silence it like a revolver. Why? I will give you a specific example. I have continuously grown into the person that I'm supposed to. And when everyone is in awe, I chuckle to thyself and say, well, my life isn't an article. I was going to grow up. And if my prorated existence and punishment in life are always quoted in $10,000 of a numerical form, I have to admit that I have been a dummy for quite some time, and I am done with that. It is not to get forgiven with family or any community. It is acknowledging that. So when I up my value and never get overworked or overlooked again, I understand that I finally know my worth. When anyone is looking too much at me, I know that it's time for them to go and dismiss them out of my life accordingly. Number three, if you don't learn to enjoy yourself, then no one is going to enjoy learning about you or leaning on you in the good or bad. So it is just best to learn and conceal as a lesson, not a point to prove. Number four, in criminology and the changes in world, it is not fair for anyone to consider their photos of the past as a representation of who they truly are. It is important to know that I am the only one in my life that has the appropriateness to use discernment and considering what others are not ready to discuss within their own lives. It is more complex than race or any gender biases. If you are a man or a woman and you think that is not what you know or who you know in life, then you're not equipped to have someone like me in your life. I want to thank you for listening to Dharma. However, this YouTube channel is a healing space and it is not to attract likes. Sometimes, with people wanting to know what it is like to be in a trance or a train and everything, I have to go off the rail and get to the facts. Dharma with Kai is going to serve as a life changing experience of acquiring essential knowledge before entering into a dynamic or logistically impossible lifestyle of suppression and toxic habitual patterns to inhibit an invalid life. Protect your peace and as always, and adios.